This door opens with a key of imagination. It leads us to a wondrous land of sight and aroma. You're moving into a land of simmer and saute, of slice and dice. It will take you from the pit of your hunger to the summit of your taste. Its boundaries are that of your imagination. That signpost up ahead, the kitchen zone.
To serve men, it's a cookbook.
All right, so today we're going to make a very simple chicken dish. Very simple to make and very good. Everybody likes chicken, but if you cook chicken breasts in the oven, they have a tendency to dry out. Nobody likes dry chicken. This will bring out the moisture in the chicken and the butter and everything else that you put on it. And it's sealed in foil, so it holds all the juices in. So it's very, very good, very simple, very cheap to make. And we have here 3 chicken breasts. By the way, the name of this dish is Fowl in Foil. It was named by my friend Lori. She made it once and she dubbed it Fowl in Foil, and henceforth it will always be known as Fowl in Foil. Thank you, Lori. All right, so now these are just regular chicken breasts that I bought at the supermarket, and they are fairly thick, as most chicken breasts would be, so they need to be pounded. They've been washed, dried with a paper towel, so they don't have any moisture on them. You don't want moisture because when they cook, they'll steam, and that's awful. So we're going to pound them just to make them, not so much to make them thin like cutlets, but to make them one thickness as much as possible. Put a little piece of foil wrap, cling wrap over this to keep any splatter down there. I'm going to pound this down, and it's actually kind of fun. It gives you a chance to get out any deep-seated aggression that you have. And God knows I've got some. So now we have a baking sheet here and a double layer of foil on the bottom, placing the chicken breasts, leaving a little room between them on each one, kind of space them out in a little space. And we're going to set this aside. I have another equal size piece of foil that will go on the top of this, but we're going to put this aside for now while we prepare the mushrooms and the butter. All right, now, so this is what's going to go into the mushrooms. We're going to saute the mushrooms in butter. You might normally saute the mushrooms in olive oil and butter, which is great if you're just making sauteed mushrooms. But for this, it's just butter. And that's a pretty good amount of it. I don't know how much that is, but you can see. You can use as much as you want. Use the more butter you use, always the better it is, but you can't use too much or you'll have a heart attack. So anyway, that's the butter. This is some fresh thyme that I've chopped in my handy-dandy little chopper that Joan gave me. My dear wife Joan gave me from Alaska on her trip to Alaska that she didn't take me with her. And this is kosher salt, and that's black pepper. Looks like a rabbit, that's black pepper. All right, so the butter is getting there. It's melting down. You don't have to wait till it's completely melted. It'll cook the mushrooms now. I'm going to put in the mushrooms. You can see how much I have here. I don't really know how much this is, but I would say it's about, 7 ounces. And we're just going to let these saute. And in a moment, we're going to add in some of the spices. Some salt, something like that. I don't really measure that. Some pepper. And then the thyme. So I think they're just about sauteed enough. They're not really cooked through, but they're starting to brown a little bit, and we can put them into the side, and we're going to start to prepare the chicken for the oven. All right, so here the chicken breasts are ready to be seasoned a little bit. You don't need to do a lot with them. I have this seasoning that I buy. It's from McCormick's. It's called roasted garlic and herb, and it's excellent. It's very good on chicken, and it really makes this dish, in my opinion. I'm going to put a little on each one. Bingo, bingo, bingo. And then we're going to put the mushrooms over the chicken. Now the next step is we're going to lay the foil on the top to make a seal. We're going to get everything inside, and we're going to take this bottom one and fold it up like this. The sides, we're basically making a little envelope. Turn this around. Oops. And that's basically it. What we want to do is create something that is airtight, so all the juices and the steam stays inside and cooks the chicken when it goes into the oven. So now what we're going to do is we're going to set the oven on 400. We'll put this in the oven for 20 minutes. That's all it takes. And the good thing about this is you could make this the day before or early in the day and then put it in the refrigerator. And when you're ready to cook, you could put it in the oven, and it takes 20 minutes to make rice or a salad. You'd be all ready. It's a very, very quick dinner. You can make it ahead. And speaking of that, you can change this whatever way you want. You really need to put some butter on it, but you can put any sort of spices and herbs that you want, or none at all. And you could use margarine, but if you do, don't tell me that you did that. Anyway, we're going to put the chicken into the oven. And we're going to set the timer for 20 minutes. Well, there's the timer, so the chicken's going to come out of the oven, and we'll get it plated up. All right, so it's out of the oven, and you can see how it's all puffed up like that. That's because the air inside is trapped, and that's what keeps it moist and makes it so delicious. So I'm going to transfer it into this bowl. This is a bowl I bought at Marshall's. It's very cheap, but a really, really good Italian design bowl. It's working for me quite well. And this is the easiest way to do this, because if you do it any other way, the juices run all over the place, and it's a big pain. And Joan gets mad at me. Well, here's the finished product. It's been plated up. The mushrooms are delicious, and that juice around it is absolutely delicious. It's not really a sauce, it's just like an au jus, but it's chicken and mushrooms and thyme and it's absolutely delicious. I hope you make this, and if you do, let me know. If you don't, come on over and I'll make it for you. Bye.